Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is July 12th, 2024 and Barcelona have dropped in the UEFA ranking. Also, Lamine Yamal has given an interview where he discussed what Hansi Flick told him right before that semi-final against France. And finally, Julian Alvarez has requested to leave Manchester City. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links for kit bag and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, I'll begin with the news. The bad news that Barcelona have dropped 9 spots in the UEFA ranking. Now, you might be familiar with the FIFA ranking where they rank national teams from being, the best all the way number 1, which is Argentina right now, all the way down. And while UEFA has a similar ranking system where they rank European clubs, and the new rankings for the 2024 year have been released. And while it's bad news because Barcelona have dipped a lot of spots given the current situation of the club. Now, this is the current UEFA ranking, as you can see on your screen, with Manchester City being number 1, followed by Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Roma, PSG, Villarreal, Dortmund, Chelsea, and Inter Milan. And this is when it gets a little bit worse because Barcelona are not even sitting in the top 10. They're actually sitting in number 18, as you can see on your screen. Then we have a number 11, Bayer Leverkusen, Monaco, RB Leipzig, Manchester United, Benfica, West Ham, Atletico de Madrid, and then FC Barcelona sitting in number 18, which I don't know about you, but that was pretty shocking to me because, you might expect Barcelona to be behind clubs like Manchester City, Real Madrid, maybe even PSG. But when you see Barcelona sitting behind clubs like West Ham, Roma, Villarreal, with all due respect to those clubs, but there's no way that those clubs are better than Barcelona. But this is where we currently sitting at. Of course, it does have to do a lot with the financial situation of the club. It has to do a lot with the most recent results of the club. Like, for example, last season, not winning any trophies. But to be fair, UEFA rankings are dependent on that kind of coefficient, which is similar to the FIFA rankings. Like, for example, Belgium is among the top 5, which doesn't really make sense to me. So I guess the club rankings don't make much sense to me either. But again, I did not expect Barcelona to be behind teams like West Ham and Villarreal. So this definitely hurts. But hopefully Hansi Flick, the new signings, whatever, could improve the UEFA ranking, because it's not nice for a club as big as FC Barcelona to be sitting in 18th spot. Anyways, we move from bad news to good news because the Spotify Camp Nou renovations are going on schedule. And well, today, these were the pictures that were released. If you might not understand what the picture is about, but it's actually the seats. Barcelona today installed seats at the Spotify Camp Nou. These are not permanent. This is more of a testing strategy. They were testing the seats at a section of the stadium to see, how they fit, they don't fit, how many seats they need, how many seats they can fit, etc. So this is not going to be a permanent installation, but one thing is for sure, that the fact that they are already installing seats to test them out, it means that the stadium is going on schedule. And that the Spotify or the newly renovated Spotify Camp Nou is expected to open at the end of this year, around December. It's of course great news, because even though Montjuic might not be the best of the stadiums or might not be that horrible of a stadium, of course we all are longing to go back to our home stadium, the Spotify Camp Nou. And it's good to see that it will be opening on schedule at the end of the year. Now, of course, the Spotify Camp Nou is only going to be at 60% capacity by the end of this year. It will be at full capacity by the summer of 2026. And I have to say, I cannot wait to see what the newly renovated Spotify Camp Nou will look like. Now, speaking of the Spotify Camp Nou, Barcelona just closed a deal with one of the best manufacturer of stadium seats, and as you can see on your screen, this is what the VIP seats are going to look like. They look like recliners, you know, very comfortable, wide seats with lots of back support, cup holders. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you will have leg rests, but either way, it doesn't matter. These seats are a huge improvement of what the current VIP seats looked like. Of course, I have been to the Spotify Camp Nou on a few occasions for matches. The VIP seats pretty much looked like regular seats but with just some cushion, but now they're gonna be much more better seats, as Barcelona have closed a deal with one of the best manufacturer of stadium seats. And again, I have to say, I cannot wait to see what the newly renovated Spotify Camp Nou will look like. Now we'll move on to the news of the preseason, as I reported in the podcast, which if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out. But I did speak a lot about the preseason during the podcast. But there was a surprise in today's preseason, and that surprise was that Jules Koundé stopped by the Ciudad Esportiva today. Of course, Jules Koundé just got eliminated out of the Euros at the hands of Spain in the semifinal. He was expected to have a 3-week vacation. However, it seems that Koundé is very eager to come back, train, and be a part of Hansi Flick's team. So much so that today he reported back to training. Of course, the French defender only had a very low intensity training, because again, he just finished a match a few days ago. Barcelona are not looking for their players who just got eliminated at the Euros to be, training in an intense way anytime soon. Matter of fact, all of them are still on vacation, but Jules Koundé showing his total dedication to the club, coming back early from vacation in order to get reincorporated into the training. Now, more news, because today Lamine Yamal gave an interview where he disclosed that he has a good relationship with Hansi Flick, where Hansi Flick has been consistently communicating with him through WhatsApp, and he exposed, or he unveiled, what Hansi Flick told him right before that semifinal against France. Now, this is what Hansi Flick told Lamine Yamal right before the semifinal, but he said, "Flick sends us messages before and after games. He told me I would score before the France game. I'm happy to have this relationship, even if it is just via WhatsApp. He'll probably write to me again before the final." So Lamine Yamal exposing or revealing that Hansi Flick texted him right before the semifinal against France, telling him that he was going to score. And well, that's exactly what happened. Lamine Yamal scored against France that amazing goal, which made him the youngest scorer in the history of the Euros. And it's really nice to see Hansi Flick, reaching out to players that he has yet to coach or he has yet to meet, who are still on competitions. And it's pretty cool that Hansi Flick actually predicted that Lamine Yamal would score a goal in that semifinal. Hopefully Hansi Flick can predict like a treble or a Champions League win in Barcelona's future or something like that, because it seems that predictions do come true. Now we will end today's video with the news about Julian Alvarez, because Argentinian media sources are confirming that the Argentine has requested an exit out of Manchester City. Now, Julian Alvarez recently extended his contract with Manchester City from 2026 until 2028. However, Argentine media outlets are reporting that Julian Alvarez has requested from Manchester City an exit. He has told them through his agent that he wants Manchester City to put a reasonable price on him and allow him to leave the club, because he doesn't seem to, see himself earning a spot on a starting 11, given that Haaland is on the team. Of course, I've said this before on the channel. I think Julian Alvarez made a huge mistake when he extended his contract from 2026 until 2028. Because again, as long as Erling Haaland is on the team, I just don't see Julian Alvarez starting ahead of him. It looks like the player has realized the same thing, and therefore he has asked Manchester City to offload him. Now, I do have my doubts about Manchester City agreeing to offloading Julian Alvarez anytime soon, but the reason I bring this up is because it's reported that Joan Laporta is a huge fan of Julian Alvarez. In fact, Laporta prefers Julian Alvarez over Erling Haaland, and if Barcelona were in a good financial situation, Laporta would for sure try to sign Julian Alvarez, but of course, unfortunately, the club are not in a healthy financial situation. So I don't think anything is going to come out of this, but who knows? Maybe next summer when Barcelona are in a better financial condition, maybe the club will try to sign Julian Alvarez, but for now, it will remain a pipe dream for both Laporta and many Barcelona fans. Anyways, that is all for this video. I did do the podcast earlier today. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, peace, Barça.